Do you remember the first time we talked about going to our first Labour meeting?
I do, and it was a very merry night, New Year's Eve. I can't remember the year, but I remember it was Cameron and Clegg were in power, which really got up our goat, I think, that they were all the austerity measures that were coming out. Yeah, I do.
And it was part of our New Year's resolution, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That we were definitely going to get more active, not probably physically, but certainly go to a few more meetings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I can remember the first night we went, can you?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, walking in there, nervous, not knowing anybody, and wondering where it would lead. Little did we know where it would lead a few years later. But yeah, it would just, I think also what that showed to me, and I think also to you, because you were the first one that, you led me to the path that I've now walking down, really, is that just becoming a member, we thought at the time just becoming a member was sufficient.
Yeah.
And I think we both realised that no, it isn't. You need to get the message out there that things aren't right and we don't have to stand for this, and to be empowered. And I think that's what this has done for both of us.
I remember getting friendly with Sharon Taylor, the local Labour leader, and seeing things that she was putting on social media and making us more politically aware. Mm-hmm. Really, you can sit at home and rant at the TV as much as you like, but unless you actually go out there, nothing's going to change. But also remember the first time I ever went out knocking on the doors and realised that the Labour Party in Stevenage is almost a second family to us.
It is, and I think you asking me to be your wingman when you were standing for councillor again on another New Year's Eve night. It always seems to happen on a New Year's Eve night in a certain house that you asked me to do that, which, I was so proud that this is what you were choosing to do, and more so proud as well that you'd asked me. And then went knocking. I never knocked on doors then. I just used to run the board.
Quite shy, weren't you?
To
speak to people.
Yeah, very. I think I probably felt that I wasn't maybe a little bit politically inadequate, perhaps, to hold a conversation, which you realise actually we're all after the same thing. We all want the same thing. Everybody wants to go out there with the same message, and we just want to make sure that people are due and live the lives that they should be living and not.
I think we're lucky as well because the group in St Nicholas that supported us, Richard had been on the council quite a long time, so he you as my wingman and me as a newbie to be councillor. At that time I didn't know I was going to be a councillor. It was all about putting the work in. But I realised that knocking on doors, there are some people that are very, very politically acute and they would ask the big questions. But if you don't know the answers, there's always someone there to step in and support you. Mm-hmm. I obviously know a lot more now than when I first started out, but my ambition was to support the ward that I'd lived in for 40 odd years.
Yeah. I can remember also in this campaign, when it was my campaign, when I was asked to become a councillor, and walking around an area of St Nicholas, of the ward, with Chris, and I was asked a question that completely threw me. I didn't know the answer, and Chris was right there with me because he's so politically local government and all the laws, and he just knows everything. And he was there, and it sort of gives you confidence. Then how to deal with people, how to speak to people. Yeah.
And if you don't know the answers, there's always people to ask. As a councillor, of course, you can ask any one of the executive what the answers are. But as a political activist, you've got officers there to support you, those that do have the answers. And of course, at branch meetings, you have the debates, so you learn your skills.
You do, and I think no one's there to trip you up. Everyone's there to help you, to teach you, to guide you. You can lean on them when you don't know something, but there's always somebody, as you say, to go to. And I've only been a councillor now since the 2nd of May, so very, very new. But again, with now working with you and Richard's been a counsellor for so many years that he, hones his skill and he knows exactly where, who deals with what and whose responsibility is what, and that's really good knowledge to keep tapping into as well. So I want to thank you actually and Richard for all the support you've given me over the last 7 or 8 months when I was chosen to step up to become counsellor. Really honoured.
I can say like the Mexicans do. It's my pleasure.